Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be looking at is Corp worth it in 2020 to kill, and we're going to be looking at the loot from 250 Corp kills on RuneScape 3. So if you don't know, the Corp Beast is a very old boss. It's actually one of my personal favorites. The drops that it drops sigils, so it drops the Spectral Sigil, the Arcane Sigil, the Elysian Sigil, and the Divine Sigil, which are spirit shields. It also drops a normal spirit shield, Holy Elixir, of course the pet, and it does drop a lot of Onyx bolts, which really add up. The normal loot from Corp is way better than you would think. You have to kill Corp with the spear, so that's what I'm using. I'll show you my setup in a minute, but yeah, Corp is honestly very underrated, I feel, in terms of what it drops. So the rare rewards are very rare, but they're really worth it if you get them. Now, here is my gear setup. I did use full trim masterwork with Cinderbane gloves. I used a Mizuari, which is a tier 85 spear. You have to use a spear at Corp. The tier 92 Annihilation masterwork spear is obviously the best, but this worked just fine, honestly. I used Ring of Death and a Essence of Finality, Max Cape. I used Penance Aura. I also used the Oldak Coil the entire time to kill the core. So I did use cannonballs. If you don't know, Corp actually drops cannonballs. So I did use cannonballs, and I ended up breaking even on the cannonballs. So that's why cannonballs will not be included in the loot. But all in all, it's pretty easy. My friend Wazweir actually has a guide on how to kill Corp AFK, so I'll link that in the description. But that was the method I basically used, was, you know, his method. So it was pretty easy, pretty chill, and it didn't take us too long to get these kills. So mostly a lot of the loot was Onyx bolts, because they're one of the more common drops that's actually worth something. And I was just getting them like crazy. So it drops 175 Onyx bolts at one time, which is about, I don't know, 1.3 mil. So these are pretty common, and they add up so much. It really makes it worth doing, even if you don't get any of the big drops. Of course, I was doing this because I want the pet. That's basically one of my main goals. I feel like the pet is really nice as well. For Corp, so I definitely was hoping to get the pet. But yeah, we got a lot of Onyx bolts. We did end up getting some Holy Elixirs as well, which, if you don't know, Holy Elixirs are about 800k each, and you can use them on a Spirit Shield, and it will turn the Spirit Shield into a Blessed Spirit Shield. And then you'll need to use the Sigil on the Blessed Spirit Shield, and that can make the Arcane, Divine, Spectral, stuff like that. So they go for a decent amount, about 800k. They're not insanely rare, but they are a decent drop. So I did get quite a few of those. But yeah, it really wasn't that bad. It was really nice to just, it was mostly AFK. I used potion reservoirs and stuff. Like I said, Wazweir has a pretty good guide on it. But it was really nice, and I really enjoyed, my whole experience at Corp. I definitely am going to be doing more, because the money is just so good. I mean, compared to something like DKs, which I did, the kills here were a minute, maybe 50 seconds. And, I could probably get 40 kills an hour. This probably took me around 5-6 hours total, and it was mostly AFK, so boss that's, you can AFK, especially if you have a higher spear than I did. You can probably kill it much faster because I was using the tier 85. But it's a really nice boss to AFK, and yeah, now we're going to look into the loot tab. So here's my loot tab from Corp. Now, keep in mind the Fire Mystic Battle Staffs. I actually had some from Clues, so those are not all from Corp, which they won't be reflected in the price check. But the normal loot is pretty nice. We got 5 Spirit Shields, which is an uncommon drop, and 7 Region Bracelets, which are also a drop that's uncommon and also unique to Corp. We got almost 3,000 Onyx Bolts and 4 Holy Elixirs, which is pretty nice. The Onyx bolts are going to be the main brunt of the money, but don't sleep on the normal drops because some of these normal drops really add up. If you look, there's a lot of drops like Raw Shark, Green Dragon Hide, even the anti-poison pluses go for a really good amount. Now, like I said before, I do not have the cannonballs. Corp drops 2,000 cannonballs at a time, I believe, which I did not factor into the price check because I broke even on cannonballs because I used them the entire time to kill the core. So we're not going to include that. But if you did use a cannon, you'd probably be looking at, I think I got 20k cannonball drops the entire time, 15k, something like that. So you're looking at a decent amount from cannonballs as well if you decide to not use the old deck coil. But I used it because it's really nice for killing the core, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, all in all, we did get a decent amount of loot. Sadly, no sigils, but the normal loot more than made up for that. So we're going to go for the price check here. And as you can see, the small drops just really add up. They honestly do. Like, we're at 2 mil, and these are the worst of the worst drops. It's really nice because most of the drops at Corp just stack. And I actually used my legendary pet that I had, and it would go and pick up all the noted items for me, which made it much nicer to AFK because I could just sit there, AFK, let Revolution kill Corp. Sometimes I'd have to eat, but not very often. My Penance Aura would heal me up, and then my legendary pet would go and pick up all the noted drops. So I would only have to go and pick up like seeds or, things like that. But there you can see 23 mil in Onyx bolts, so 44 mil total about. It took us like 5 or 6 hours. So I would say, probably about 8 to 10 mil an 8 mil an hour. But if you get rid of the supplies I used, I probably made a solid 5 to 6 mil an hour AFK while trying to get the pet. And like I said, we didn't get any super rare drops either. So all in all, I would say Corp is definitely worth it in 2020. It's a very solid option, and I definitely recommend going and trying it if you want a nice AFK boss. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And I wanted to say thank you for 3,000 subscribers. It's really amazing. I never thought I'd get this many subscribers. The support you all have shown me over the past year has been incredible. I also wanted to give a shout out to my channel members. I wanted to shout out Will Foreign, Devin Colina, and Mystic RS. Those are my channel members, and if you want to join my channel membership and support the channel, there will be a link in the description, and also something you can click at the end of this video. You can get a ton of cool perks, get shouted out at the end of videos like this, PVM with me, get PVM lessons from me, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to support me, you can check that out. And just thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.